The Ferrari had stopped breathing in the middle of the sunlit boulevard, its glossy red body gleaming uselessly under the harsh noon sky, like a wounded animal that had given up. Traffic slowed, horns murmured in irritation, and a tall man in an expensive linen suit stood beside the car, staring at the open hood as if sheer disbelief might restart the engine. His name was Adrian Volkov, a self-made millionaire who had built his empire on precision, speed, and control, and yet here he was, stranded in broad daylight, powerless against a machine that cost more than most homes. Sweat traced down his temple, not from the heat alone, but from something far deeper, a quiet panic that came whenever life refused to obey him. If you believe that kindness, humility, and second chances can change even the hardest hearts, take a moment right now to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Sometimes the smallest belief can open the biggest doors. Adrian had places to be, meetings that would decide the fate of hundreds of employees, a reputation that thrived on never being late, never being weak. The boulevard shimmered with sunlight, shops bustling, pedestrians glancing curiously at the stalled Ferrari. To them, he was just another rich man inconvenienced. None of them could see the weight pressing against his chest, the exhaustion hidden behind tailored perfection, the years of loneliness built brick by brick alongside his fortune. As he checked his phone for the third time, ignoring the missed calls from his board, a small shadow appeared beside him. Adrian barely noticed at first, until a soft presence tugged at his awareness. He looked down and saw a little girl standing near the front wheel, her dress faded but clean, her hair tied unevenly as if done in a hurry by loving hands. Her shoes were scuffed, but her eyes were bright, curious, and strangely unafraid. She looked at the open hood, then at Adrian, then back at the car, as if assessing a puzzle. In a voice barely louder than the rustling leaves overhead, she whispered something that cut through the noise of the street and settled deep inside him. She believed her father could fix it. The words were simple, almost childish, yet they carried a confidence Adrian had not felt in years. He gave a polite nod, unsure how to respond, assuming she would run off. Instead, she stayed, squatting slightly to peer under the car as if she truly expected to find answers there. Her name was Maria, and she lived 2 streets away in a modest apartment above a bakery. Her father, Rafael Ionescu, was a mechanic who worked with his hands stained by grease and his heart bruised by life. Maria had seen him fix broken engines with patience and broken people with quiet kindness. To her, machines listened when her father spoke to them. Adrian tried calling roadside assistance, then his personal driver, then an executive assistant who promised to send help soon. Minutes passed. The sun climbed higher. His irritation grew, but something about Maria's calm presence softened it. She did not ask for money. She did not stare in awe at the Ferrari. She simply believed a problem could be solved. Eventually, Adrian followed her small pointing hand down the street, past a row of sunlit storefronts, to a narrow garage with peeling paint and a hand-lettered sign. Inside, the air smelled of oil and warm metal. Raphael stood bent over an old sedan, wiping sweat from his brow, surprised to see his daughter leading a stranger in a suit worth more than his tools. Raphael listened carefully as Adrian explained the situation, nodding slowly, not impressed by the brand of the car, only interested in the problem. Within minutes, he was kneeling beside the Ferrari. Back on the boulevard, tools laid out with respectful precision. He worked methodically, shielding parts from the sun, listening to the engine like a doctor listening to a heartbeat. Adrian watched, arms crossed at first, then slowly dropping to his sides. No one had touched his car except certified specialists in spotless garages. Yet here was a man in worn gloves, handling it with care, not intimidation. Maria sat on the curb nearby, swinging her legs, confident the outcome would be good. The issue turned out to be deceptively simple, a faulty sensor disrupted by heat and dust, something overlooked by complexity. Raphael fixed it calmly, restarting the engine with a steady hand. The Ferrari roared back to life, its sound sharp and triumphant against the afternoon air. Adrian felt something unexpected rise in his chest. Gratitude, yes, but also embarrassment. All his wealth, all his connections, and yet the solution came from a man whose garage barely held together. He offered money, far more than the repair was worth. Raphael hesitated, then accepted only a modest amount, enough to cover the work and nothing more. Pride, not arrogance, guided him. Adrian insisted, but Raphael shook his head gently. Work done honestly deserved honest pay. As Adrian prepared to leave, Maria waved with a smile that carried no expectation. Something in Adrian cracked then. He saw his own childhood flash briefly, a small apartment, a father who worked too much and smiled too little, a mother who believed in him long before success did. Somewhere along the way, he had lost that simplicity. That evening, Adrian canceled his remaining meetings. For the first time in years, he drove without destination, letting the daylight fade into softer hues. He kept thinking about the garage, the calm mechanic, the little girl who believed problems could be fixed. Over the following weeks, Adrian returned, not with a broken car, but with curiosity. He learned about Raphael's struggles, medical bills from Mireille's early illness, a loan that kept growing despite his hard work, customers who came and went. The garage survived, but barely. Adrian did not announce help. He simply acted. He arranged for better equipment to be delivered anonymously. He sent customers quietly. He cleared debts through intermediaries. Raphael noticed changes but never assumed miracles. He only worked harder, grateful for the sudden improvement he could not explain. Maria noticed too. Her father smiled more. The garage felt lighter. And sometimes, she saw the red Ferrari parked down the street, its owner watching quietly before driving away. Months later, in the same bright daytime light, Adrian stood once more outside the garage. This time, he did not wear a suit. He wore a simple shirt, sleeves rolled up, hands slightly dirty from helping move equipment. Raphael had learned the truth by then, not through words, but through actions that spoke louder than wealth. Adrian realized something profound during those days, that control was not power, and money was not strength. Trust, humility, and kindness repaired things wealth never could. If this story has touched your heart even a little, if it reminded you that goodness still exists in unexpected places, please take a moment now to like the video, share it with someone you love, and leave a comment. Your engagement helps these stories reach hearts that need them most. Maria grew older believing exactly what she always had, that her father could fix things. Adrian grew wiser, understanding that sometimes, being broken is what allows you to be repaired. Before this story ends, we have one special request for you. Please comment the word, kindness, below if you believe small moments can change lives forever. The Ferrari still drove fast, but Adrian no longer did. He learned to slow down, to notice the small voices, the quiet garages, the people the world overlooked. And every time life stalled him again, he remembered a little girl under the midday sun who believed that nothing was beyond fixing, and somehow, that belief fixed him too.